Hello YouTube, we are back for the attack, and this is just a continuation of the last upload. And this wrap was very challenging because you have a large array of problems. There is a split spine, probably about, I would say, 60% of it was split. There are rips throughout, pretty nasty rips that a prior individual used glue for tear seals. We tried to remove as much as possible. Then we had just weak paper to begin with. Old and weak paper. Excuse me 1 second. So there is an issue. There is a problem. And I did my best, and the way I did my best was by covering the tan portions of the cover take that back, not cover, the wrap as much as possible. So what we're gonna do now is, you just saw I rolled and I put my piece of Hollytex on top. I wanna run the suction with the Hollytex, and then I also wanna brush some methyl cellulose water solution over the top piece of the Hollytex, okay? Just to make sure everything binds nicely. So cover your ears. Okay, don't mind the oil burner. Now what we're going to try to do is, I want to get this on my plastic sheet so we can start the blotting process. And if my way that I did this doesn't work out, if it's not aesthetically pleasing to the eye, we can turn around and I can remove it and we can start over. But I honestly think it's gonna be very nice, in my opinion. Again, guys, I'm sorry I'm hitting the camera yet again. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this, because it's very important that I get this straight on here, just like that. Let's see. Yep, that looks pretty good. I'm to the side now, adjusting it, because that's very important. We have to get it flat. Let me make sure I have the camera. Yep, the camera's fine. Now we're gonna put my shelving unit just like this, and I am going to put it just like this. Now we have a rigid surface, and with the rigid surface, we are going to start. I would shut my oil burner off, but someone in the household is in the shower and we don't want them to take a cold shower. So I'm gonna start blotting it. And this is the essential part. And I do this every time. And when you see how I did the leaf casting, that is why I say it is an art form. Okay, guys? It is, in my opinion. I'm gonna blot out as much as possible of the water. And by blotting out the water, we are essentially flattening the pulp and making the pulp adhere to the wrap better. And through the Polytex, I see I have a thin spot right here that I'm not happy with. And that happens. And I can fill it in when I start letting the cover or the wrap dry a little bit. Because once it dries a little bit, that's when you're able to safely remove the top piece of Polytex, and you can start playing around with pieces that may have not covered as much as you would have liked them to cover. So we can work on that right there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I can see it. But I can't move the Polytex. I can't even play with it. And you can't lift it up until it is completely, or not completely, take that back, until it is nice and semi-dry. You need to get it a little drier in order to start removing the top piece. If I remove the top piece of Polytex now, what will happen is I will pull off the leaf casting, and that is something that we do not want to do. So here we go, I'm flattening it out. Let's use some more scrap pieces of paper towel that I use for various projects, just like this. You can use the hands. Let's get the rolling pin. We like to use all kitchen utensils when we do this. My wife does ask me from time to time where some of her cooking utensils are, and I go, I don't know. Maybe you lost it. I don't know. But they're down here because I'm a thief. I'm a thief in the night, stealing utensils, rolling pins, zesters, cheese graters. There are a lot of things in the cooking world that can be used in the conservation process. So as you see right here, there's still a lot of water coming out, okay? And this is the same process for each wrap. It is the same method in leaf casting that I use, minus when I change it up a little bit. And I do change it up a little bit from time to time. I learn from the previous methods that I used. Let's see if I can lift it up. I know this is going against the norm, and I know it's not going to be something I can do. I can't. So what I want to do now is we are going to press it, okay, in the bookbinding press. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take a fresh roll of paper towels, just like this, 3 sheets, just like this, and I'm going to rest it on top. Then what we're going to do is I have my top piece of plastic, and I'm just wiping the plastic because it does have some moisture on it from the time that I had the wrap in it in the pre-leaf casting period. Then we're going to put my shelving unit on. And then, just like this, we're going to put it in the bookbinding press. And I'm going to let this sit in the bookbinding press for a good half an hour or so. And I'm going to clean up my workstation. And let me show you the workstation, because I'm going to end this upload now, but I just want you to get a feel of what happens when I do this. So hang out. Okay, guys, this is the workstation. You can see there is a lot going on here, a lot of different tools that are thrown out or thrown around, not thrown out. So you see here, there's a lot going into this. And then what I have next to my leaf casting is I have my tub on a stool with a bunch of grates so I can put wet products in there as needed. And this is the situation right here. So I want to clean this up, organize, get ready for the blotting. We're going to get rid of the table right now so we can have the workbench. I appreciate you stopping by and watching. And stay tuned.